It would have been, yeah. Yeah, I'd be very interested to know what his actual methodology was if he had an actual methodology. Yeah.
He had Burrow like in what was it, third place? That was awful.
Yeah. That was very goofy. All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of my system because that was big retarded. I kind of feel like the left's strategy right now is to try to push the Trump administration as hard as they possibly can into just crossing the line completely in a straight pure fascism. So they could be like, see, we told you the whole time, but it's like, that's not going to end well for you.
Yeah, because if this actually was fascism, there wouldn't be any more elections. So how are you going to get power back?
Right. Like, as an example, in the news today, I don't know if you saw it, but a Cincinnati area hospital denied care to one of J.D. Vance's relatives. It's a 12-year-old girl needing a heart transplant. She was going to get the heart transplant, but they denied, and they said the reason for that is because she wasn't vaccinated against COVID. So this is a heart transplant, bro.
Mm-hmm. I did hear
Like there's a
about
life,
this.
yeah, like there's a life at stake. So I'm sitting here thinking, is this the left strategy? Is that they're going to do shit like that until JD finally says, you know what, fuck you. You're going to do the transplant, and anyone who doesn't comply is placed under arrest. And they could be like, see, we told you they were fascists the whole time. It's like, yeah, but if they start doing blanket arrests of their political enemies, you're not going to be able to win an election after that. Are you stupid? You know what's the end game here? I mean, really, if it's going to do anything, it's just going to make them even harder to win an election ever again after that. Because, like, how bad are those fucking optics that you're denying a 12-year-old girl a heart transplant and almost certainly condemning her to death based off of the fact that she's related to somebody you don't like?
It's the wild world that we live in.
Yeah.
All right, so I haven't done the main mission in this game for a while, so let's do some main mission stuff tonight for sure. I'm probably over
Ooh.
leveled. Not that you can really be over or under leveled in a Far Cry game, I think, but yeah.
If I remember right, one of the biggest reasons I didn't like Far Cry 5 was because of exactly what you're talking about, where there's a leveling system. And those level systems mean that you only get access to certain weapons once you've reached certain levels. Which bugged the crap out of me because it's not an RPG in the sense of like, it's not like Fallout where you can do more damage with a specific gun if you level it up, or the gun becomes some kind of crazy, Borderlands kind of shit where it does all sorts of crazy shit because you leveled out the right skills or anything. So I'm sitting there like, playing Far Cry 5, and I'm all like, I want an AK, but I don't get an AK until I'm like level 20. And until then, I'm just using the same slop that they gave us when the game started. Like, it annoyed me because I'm like, the whole point of this game is that it's a shooter, and I can't use the gun that I want to use until like the game's almost over.
Drew Brandley, any watch-alongs planned soon? I don't have any one specific one at the moment, but there are going to be more for sure. That's actually probably pretty good to do sometimes, because I'm putting so much work into the free agency and draft stuff that sometimes even playing a video game
Bless
is
you.
actually kind of hard to do.
A candle reminds us that
I have an
growth
idea.
only comes with a willingness to step beyond
Considering what happened the last time you tried to watch it, this time you could actually watch it without distractions. What about a watch along for Princess Mononoke?
I have been planning on doing that for that exact reason, yes. That's not a bad idea at all.
Hopefully this time nothing crazy happens.
Right.
The incense represents our mortality.
Oh my god. But, one of my favorite things about that movie is, just the way that Miyazaki absolutely fucking patently refused to let the studio fuck with his work, and he put his foot down over so many different things. Because,
Yeah, the studio almost ruined that, actually. I was reading about that a while
Yes.
back.
many different things. And, they wanted to make the character of, Princess Mononoke herself, they wanted to make her, the marketable thing. But the whole movie is a story about Ashitaka. So originally, Miyazaki wanted the title to be something like, the story of Prince Ashitaka, or Ashitaka's Odyssey, or something like that. But they're all like, well, no one's gonna see it if it's named something like this, so why not call it Princess Mononoke instead? Because they were thinking it was an animated movie, and Disney princesses were really popular at the time. A lot of parents got rug pulled at video rental stores, including my dad. But it was okay because it was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Thinking, hey, this will be great for my young kids to watch, but it was like, not adult in terms of sex and everything, but there is gore in there. So,
Yeah.
you'd think, oh no.
I think all
Not-
kids have a few moments like that where they get exposed to something a little before they should have.
Yeah. But it was really funny, because a lot of audiences here, they're all like, I actually hate that title, and I would have preferred if they had named it, something to do with Ashitaka like that, because they're all like, Mononoke is not even her name, no one calls her that in the movie, which is true, because it's a reference to a Japanese word, which this was like Miyazaki throwing up his finger to the studio, fucking with him so much, where a Mononoke is somebody who's really in tune with the spirits of nature, and like animal spirit guardians of the forest kind of deal, which perfectly fits what she does in the movie, so it makes sense.
Right.
But that's not actually her title. Her name is San, which is the Japanese word for three, because the wolf mother who adopted her, that was her third kid.
Right.
Or people call her the wolf girl and the princess. Nobody calls her Princess Mononoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that is a good idea. A lot of people like Kiki's Delivery Service, which is one Ghibli that I have not seen that a lot of people think highly of.
I haven't seen that one either, so that would be an experience for me.
My brother's wife, that's her favorite. Damn it. Okay, I'm starting to think I can't use the sniper here. It doesn't fire fast enough. Yeah, Drew, that was a trip. I had a lot of fun doing that. It's not for everybody, though. I think we've kind of discovered that. That is not for everybody. So... I was reading about, you know, the Kendrick Lamar halftime show today. Because I don't know very much about this stuff, but I guess this whole thing is like, he has this feud with Drake that's been going on for years now. Kendrick Lamar and Drake have this feud that's going on. So I was reading about, you know, his big song. I guess his big song is called Not Like Us. And I was reading about it. I was reading about the performance. And on the Wikipedia article, it's like, Not Like Us is considered to be one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. The way it made him the universally considered to have won the feud with Drake, right? And then, so I'm listening to the song, and he calls him a pedophile. Like, who cares? Like, it's not that deep. It's not that elaborate. All he does is call him a pedophile. Like, there's that one part in the song where he's like, he's trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. Like, that was a joke that kids were making in 6th grade. Why is this the greatest diss track of all time if that's, like, the big pivotal line? I mean, I remember, like, 12-year-olds making that kind of a joke. Oh, he broke his G string while trying to finger a minor. No, he was playing the guitar. Like, I don't understand why this is supposed to be, like, impressive.
Right. Conversely, DMX, rest in peace. You know, his idea of a diss track was to say things like, I got no love for homo thugs, because he was dissing various other guys in the industry who were trying to call out DMX. And these guys, in order to inflate, you know, their own kind of a deal, you know, their own reputation and everything, they played up how they'd gone to jail and everything. But DMX was all like, yeah, and I know what you got up to in jail, because I've got a lot of contacts in jail, and let me tell you something. You were the guy who was using the Kool-Aid to make himself lipstick and taking it up the ass, you know. And I'm all like, that's a much better diss track than using lines the teenagers came up with, you know.
Yeah.
Widely regarded as the best diss track of all time. How about calling out a guy for actually being a guy who's like, I don't want to get hurt in jail, so I'm just gonna bend over. Oh man.
And like, I guess he had Serena Williams performing with him at the halftime show because she and Drake used to go out or whatever, I guess. And it's like, okay, I kind of get that. But what's so great about this? I don't know. I don't get it.
There's nothing to get. It's just another it's just another example of how far the culture has fallen.
It's like everyone knows Drake is a pedophile. Like everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that cool to call him that. Like, it's pretty much common knowledge. Or groomer, or whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Right.
Now, I don't like the song very much, but that's whatever. I'm not even talking about that. I don't care about the song. Like, whatever.
Just like, what's the deal with how overblown this is when it's flop?
And people are calling it, like, the greatest rap feud of all time. Nobody's gonna die in this one. Like, there were rap feuds where everybody died. How is this... Like, both these guys are multi-millionaires. And they're not in any danger doing what they're doing. You know?
Yeah.
Not that I care about even, like, the classic rap feuds, but I know there were rap feuds where everybody died.
Yeah, it's all just a bunch of boring slop.
There were 2 feuds in Chicago that led to 12 people in total being killed. Right. I don't know. You know, that's not just a thing with, you know, Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Like, I don't think anybody's ever going to kill Eminem. Like, that just doesn't seem like something that's very realistic.
Yeah, his destiny is to die of AIDS.
Exactly. Yeah, like, generally speaking, the only people that Eminem disses are, like people who will never fight back, like Will Smith. Like, Will Smith isn't going to kill Eminem. Oh! 0, not O. Duh.
Oh man, this is hilarious. I just saw this picture that was trending on Twitter. You know how China's like getting heavily involved in Africa?
Right.
It's a Chinese guy, and he's got 2 African women with him, and they're walking around topless, as many of the African women are wont to do over there. And he takes a picture with both of those girls next to him, and it's just so shameless. He just got a titty in each hand. It's like, do you remember how hilarious the fucking Lakers fans meeting the Lakers cheerleaders pictures were?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine that, except the picture was taken and the dude was just groping the cheerleader. Oh man, that is really funny to me.
I don't think people dying is what makes it the best feud. Well, you gotta admit, it adds some credibility to it. Like, these guys genuinely don't like each other.
Yeah.
Like, there is animosity going on with a feud where everybody dies.
And all the music just sounds so shitty these days too, and I think that's a reason why they're widely regarded as the best diss track of all time. I guarantee you that was written by somebody who's like in their 20s.
I didn't even know XXXTentacion was dead. So yeah, I don't follow this stuff very closely, admittedly, but I don't know. And I also think it's very weird to do that stuff at the Super Bowl, but I guess halftime performances at the Super Bowl don't mean what they used to in the first place, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, a thing to keep in mind that's really important that like a lot of people who are freaking out over how awful this was are forgetting is that this act was booked years ago. While the culture is changing rapidly, and while the right wing firmly has control in the culture war, these things still have inertia. You know, it's the same reason why slop, woke, bullshit video games keep coming out, because all that shit was funded years ago. So they already had the money to make it, so they make it. And then they go to market it, they sell it, and no one buys it. Then they tank because they don't have the money anymore. So that's why BioWare has been putting out flop after flop for almost 10 years now. But only now are they eating mass layoffs because of how bad it's been for them. So yeah, if the culture is maintained, you know, and things continue moving in this direction, and the 30s end up being a new generation of conservatism in this country, then I don't know who the future halftime acts are going to be, but that's probably the last time Kendrick's going to do it.
They're trying to blow open the door.
It's the enemy, Gordon!
They're attacking the holy statues.
That would be hilarious.
Isn't Lil Wayne a right-winger, Drew? I think he is. Then again, I don't know if Lil Wayne is relevant anymore. I know, like, Lil Pump isn't.
They're destroying the icon.
Knock it off!
Oh wow, people are talking about Overwatch 2 because Overwatch is adding a new character. And the name of the character is Freya. It's a white woman with red hair and blue eyes.
Oh, okay.
And again, this is Overwatch that is releasing this character. And everyone's in shock. They're like, wow. BlackRock really did sell their stake. Holy shit.
I mean, I want to be clear. I didn't even watch the halftime show, but I've read about it. I know the general gist of it. And it kind of feels like Kendrick Lamar used the Super Bowl halftime show as a way to take a victory lap over Drake in his feud. I don't know how to feel about that. But again, I didn't even watch it, so whatever.
Yeah, but what's extra stupid is it's like,
You are your father's son, Haché.
if matter of fact, let me check.
Thank you.
Amita, the monastery is safe.
All right, so Kendrick Lamar's net worth is 140 million, and Drake's net worth is 250 million dollars. Drake is also a significant part of the ownership group with the Toronto Raptors, and they won a championship when he became part of that ownership group. So Drake's got more money, he's more successful, and while Kendrick did a Super Bowl halftime show, Drake got to molest the Larry O'Brien trophy. So And here's a tweet. It's a reminder. You know, I sent you. Serena Williams' husband is actually a high up guy with Reddit, and he looks exactly like the kind of person you'd
I
expect
saw
to be on
that.
the
I
page for
saw
Reddit.
that.
Yes, very amusing.
I don't know. I also don't know if rap in general works well for a halftime show because it's like I'm thinking about something like a Michael Jackson halftime show. Remember when he did the halftime show? This is before we were born, but it's not hard to watch it, right?
My two favorite halftime shows in my lifetime were actually a direct result of the Janet Jackson thing, where the NFL panicked and decided to stop putting currently highly popular pop music stars as the halftime show performance, and instead to put, like, you know, legends and the least offensive people that they could think of. Which gave us Prince's halftime show, which I personally think is probably the best of all time. And The Who, which I really enjoyed.
But like Michael Jackson is a performer. Like it's not just the song with him, it's the performance.
Right, he's on a whole nother level. You're exactly correct.
Even someone like Bruno Mars, and I don't even like Bruno Mars that much, but he's an all-around performer, and I think that works. Yeah. I mean, what I would say to that is, wasn't Usher popular like almost 20 years ago? It was too late for Usher to do a halftime show. Usher should have done a halftime show when he was a big deal in like the mid-late 00s. I think it was weird to have him do it last year when he's not real. I don't think he's that big of a deal anymore.
He is not. And that's why I was saying what I was saying, you know, that they booked this act a long time ago. And when they booked that act, they obviously were thinking and believing that Trump was going to lose, Kamala was going to win, and, you know, it would just be a whole nother generation of communism. So, you're right in picking up on the whole thing that this felt like a victory lap, because this was supposed to be Kamala's victory lap. This was supposed to be the victory lap for the culture that whites had been completely destroyed in this country. And that's not what they got, so that's why that's why the media blitz talking about this feels so weird and out of place, because, like, largely no one cared. But the NFL is obviously having to overcorrect in many different ways, to the point where they fucking removed end racism from the end zone, which is all kinds of hilarious. So, yeah, you know, I highly expect, you know, the next time they have a Super Bowl halftime act, that they booked in the era of Kamala losing and Trump winning and the culture pushing heavily rightward, it's probably not going to be another weirdo rap show where Serena Williams goes out and sea walks for the culture and then goes home to her overweight white husband.
What is she doing with him? Somebody's going to have to explain that one to me. Like, because he literally looks like he's 2 steps away from the famous incel Reddit guy, right? The guy who looked like a fucking alien. Like, he doesn't look that different.
Black Ops 2 cell.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 cell. Like,
oh man,
he must be a freak in the sack.
But I'll tell you this right now. When Saint Black Ops 2 cell, he cleaned up pretty good, and he really transformed his look. And let me tell you, Saint Black Ops 2 cell mogs the fuck out of that guy now. Straight up.
But, maybe I wouldn't agree if I actually liked rap. If I actually liked rap, maybe I'd feel differently. It does kind of feel like the options for a halftime show are getting thin. Like, you don't have Michael Jackson-like performers anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been talking about that, because they're like, you ever notice how anytime any sort of short video goes viral, if it's a TikTok or a Twitter video or an Instagram video or a Vine or whatever, anytime it goes viral and there's music accompanying it, there's nothing less than 10 years old being the music accompanying that viral video. Because the stuff that's come out in the last 10 years has been the most soulless, mass-produced, corporate assembly line musical product imaginable. There's... And it's not just one of those boomerisms of kids these days have such bad music. It's like, sales are down across the board. Every conceivable metric of things being good. Like, it's so bad that Beyonce started doing country.
Mm-hmm. Man, they used to just do marching bands and, like, junior ROTC teams for the halftime Super Bowl show. I'm looking. Like, these are all just, like...
Yeah.
Marching bands and shit.
Let me tell you, man. One of the coolest moments I ever had when I was in high school. This is when Petco Park was really newly built. When I was in high school, I was in the JRTC unit at high school, and I was the commander of the honor guard for my group, and that's the group that carries out the flag. Well, due to the fact that the commander of our unit, who was a retired Air Force colonel, he had incredible connections, he pulled some strings, we got to be the guys who carried out the flag at the beginning of a Padres game, bro. Now, granted, it was a Tuesday afternoon, so it was really sweet because we got out of school for it, but there really weren't all that many people there. It's just like it's like 1 PM on a weekday, and the Padres obviously sucked, and the park was new, but it wasn't new enough to where, like, the novelty had already worn off by now. But, still, it was neat. But, like, that's my whole point, is that's a professional sports league, Major League Baseball, and the opening ceremony where they do the national anthem before the game kicks off, a fucking high school JRTC unit going out and carrying a flag out on the field. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. I can dig it.
Right, and I'm like, yeah, that, you're exactly correct.
It looks like the first real Super Bowl halftime show in terms of, like, it being a performance was Michael Jackson, which makes sense. I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Other than, like, maybe Elvis, he might be the greatest performer of all time in American history.
Because of the whole Kendrick thing, people were posting a lot of their favorite performances, and the guy posted, he's like, this wasn't the Super Bowl, but what it was is it was a Thanksgiving game, back when they only played one game on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in 2001, so this is a month, or sorry, 2 months after 9/11. And I forget the name of the band, but they're doing that song, like "Would You Take Me Higher?"
Oh, that's Creed.
kind of thing.
That's Creed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Creed was doing that, and it was incredible, that performance.
Yeah. And Creed
And I'm
is
like,
a meme, but
yeah,
still.
right there.
And Creed's a
Yeah.
fucking meme.
Yeah. So it's like it literally, the music doesn't even matter. The performance is what's important. So what's the most enduring thing about the performance that I saw? That fucking meme. Police freeze, don't move, black people, and then they start jiggling around. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
But again, all this makes more sense when you realize it's just like you said, man. This was supposed to be the victory lap for them. You know, for we won.
Well, if you look at it, actually, I'm looking at it now, like pretty much every halftime performance has been rap for the last 5-6 years. You had, you know, they did the Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg one, Usher, Rihanna. Well, Rihanna's not rap. Okay, Rihanna's not rap. That would be like the one recent exception. But ever since Lady Gaga, this is the direction they've gone.
Yeah, and then again, it's because of the manufactured culture, wherein the slop tries to make it so that the biggest stars in music are all rap artists.
And, like, Lady Gaga's a good musician. She's just butt ugly and stupid.
Taste.
Also, wasn't Serena Williams' first husband killed by the Crips or something? I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I read about that one time.
I'm gonna look it up right now because I don't know, and that would be utterly hilarious if true.
I think I saw it somewhere. They might have been trolling. I don't know. And it might have not been her husband. It might have been, like, somebody important in her life. Serena Williams is the good one, right? The one who won all the Grand Slams. And Venus is the one who was not as good, right?
I don't know. I never followed tennis.
I think Serena always beat Venus when they went head to head, except for one time. Wonder if she let her win one time. Like, I remember the first Manning Bowl, the first time ever Peyton and Eli played each other in 2006. And it was really weird. The parents, of course, Archie Manning and Olivia Manning, the father and mother, they were sitting in the stands and they looked in agony the whole game. And they kept talking about, before the game, they kept talking about, like, oh, this is going to be so hard to watch them play against each other. And it's like, how is this not one of the coolest moments of your life?
Yeah,
They're playing a game. They're not shooting at each other.
It's a children's game. Like,
Yeah.
calm down.
Like, this should be one of the coolest moments of your life. Come on. Chill out.
your head down.
So, are they going to have Drake perform at the next Super Bowl? So he can, like, get a response in? Is that what this is going to be? The Super Bowl is going to be a vessel for this feud?
That would be insanely stupid.
No, it should be Kanye.
Oh my god, it actually would be Kanye.
Kanye should perform at the next halftime Super Bowl halftime.
He's gonna do one song, Erica.
He's gonna do songs, Moon Man songs.
Oh man, that'd be amazing. Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt Erika. Oh man, and yeah, that's Moon Man, take it away.
And he's got a dude up there on the piano wearing the fucking Moon Man helmet.
Yes. Moon Man to be played by Sam Hyde. Alright, so I'm looking at it now. And Venus was much worse than Serena. However, Venus was still incredibly successful.
Right. So she's not Frank Stallone.
Yes. Serena's just much better. Like, as an example, Serena was ranked #1 in the world in women's singles by the Women's Tennis Association for 319 weeks, which is the third most of all time. And finishes the year-end #1 5 times. She won 73 Women's Tennis Association tour-level singles titles, including 23 major singles titles, the most in the Open era and the second most of all time. She's the only player to accomplish a career Golden Slam in both singles and doubles. Now, Venus was #1 in ranked #1 for 11 weeks. She's won 49 tour-level singles titles, including 7 majors, and has an Olympic gold medal, which her sister does not have. Oh no, they have gold medals from doubles, but Venus has a singles gold medal. No.
That's interesting.
Then in doubles together, they're the most successful women's doubles pair of all time.
Yeah, that's like unfair. That doubles pairing, they like know each other so well on top of as good as they are. That's like OP.
In major double finals, Venus and Serena together are undefeated.
And also, like, at the beginning of the halftime performance, he has Samuel L. Jackson there dressed like Uncle Sam. Which obviously means something as well. I don't think it's that hard to try to interpret that. It's almost like a Django Unchained reference, in a way, I think. But, somebody on Twitter said that Samuel L. Jackson was a pallbearer at MLK's funeral. And I was like, do the timelines even match up for that? Is that true? Because I thought Sam would have been like 10 years old when MLK got assassinated.
Yeah, that just sounds like complete bullshit to me.
Like, that can't be true, right? I don't know. Maybe it is, but I don't think the timelines match up unless Sam Jackson's like 75 years old right now.
So, the reason Serena Williams married that guy, I'm going to make this as simple as possible. They're both rich, so they met at the Cavalieri Hotel in Rome in 2015. And she said, I never thought I would end up marrying a white guy, but really I just wanted somebody who was nice to me, and he was. He was getting up there in years, and this is what I mean when I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Plain and simple. I don't think anybody except for that guy even bothered approaching her with anything resembling romantic intent because of her appearance.
Yeah.
Certainly not in those social circles.
Right.
The guys who would have approached her would not have been in the same class as her financially, so she wouldn't have even seen them as human.
Yeah. That's tough. Then again, I think, like, fucking, that woman that Bezos is getting married to is pretty hideous, too, and she did alright, so...
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. You have to get to that billionaire status to overcome being unattractive.
Yeah.
Like, there are rap artists that you like, right, Snacks? There is rap that you like, right?
Yeah, I often bring up DMX. I like the Wu-Tang Clan. But that's the thing, is that fucking almost 10 years ago now, I mentioned to some kids that were talking about rap, and they said, what about you, mister? Do you like rap? And I said, well, I like the Wu-Tang Clan. They said, Wu-Tang, that's old school. And that was 10 years ago, so...
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Tupac has one song that I like. And the main reason why I like it is because years ago, somebody put the song to a Jason Kidd highlight reel tape on YouTube, and it was a really good highlight reel tape.
Is it All Eyes on Me?
No, it's Ride on Our Enemies.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a Tupac fan because I just don't like the sound of his songs, but at least I can sit there and admit that he has a defined sound. Everything sounds the same these days, but aside from just their voices sounding different, everybody sounds the same these days. But back then, you could immediately tell the difference between a song by Tupac and a song by Biggie. You just instantly tell. Because the sound was just so different.
So yeah, I looking up, future halftime shows and people talking about, yeah, oh, next year they should do future for the halftime show. And what if Russell Wilson ended up making it to the Super Bowl? I'm like, unless he buys a ticket, that's not going to happen. Like,
It'd be hilarious, though.
yes, it would.
Sign me up for that.
Oh man. Yeah, that's the feud that football fans actually care about. And that's another thing too, is like people are talking about all this shit. So many of the people who are talking about Kendrick's halftime show aren't even football fans. And I'm like, shouldn't the halftime show be for football fans? Because, like, they're literally watching the fucking Super Bowl. This isn't American Idol. Like,
I mean, I guess I can say that, it's a few days later and we're still talking about it, so it did something right, but...
this is the only time we've talked about it, then.
The best diss track is PewDiePie on T-Series. Back in the day when PewDiePie and T-Series were competing for the most subs on YouTube. What was that song called? Bitch Lasagna?
Something like that.
Oh no, that's going to be the next halftime show. It's going to be the Paul brothers.
Oh god.
A Taylor Swift halftime show would be good, but the Chiefs can't be in the Super Bowl or it's too obvious that the game is corked.
Yeah.
It would have to be a year when the Chiefs don't make it or Kelsey has to retire.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you,
I completely agree as it happens. That being said, though, Taylor Swift doing it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's almost inevitable.
Yeah, I don't think she has done it yet, so she needs to. Kelsey doesn't have to retire. Mahomes could.
That'd be funny as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems to me from the outside looking in, Drake is generally considered to be uncool. Like, he's not respected, even among rap fans. So I don't know about that one. But I guess he's very mainstream, and there's going to be a certain... Sorry, buddy. You were trying to kill me, so I had to kill you first. Unironically, Rebecca Black could do it because she's actually a decent singer now.
That would be amazing.
Wonder what that's like to actually be a pretty decent singer now, and actually like trying to do this for real, but everyone only knows you for the joke song that you did when you were starting out.
I gotta say though, if she actually did it, it would have to do. The Super Bowl would have to be played on Friday. You gotta do it.
That would be amazing. The Super Bowl halftime show starring Shakira and Jennifer Lopez is the world's most popular halftime show based on online metrics.
Makes sense. Shakira is practically worshipped in Latin America.
Those men with the hoods, they are not like the rest of the army. They're faster, deadlier.
Someone please help!
My life is over.
Can someone
I
help
can't
me?
go on without my beloved Myla. I need your help. My wife was eaten by rabid honey badgers.
Oh, God.
What is wrong with you? Why are you laughing?
Oh, shit.
What?
That's funny.
You're serious?
So I'm doing this
so
side
sorry,
quest to
that's
help this guy in
terrible.
the game,
How
and
can I
he's
help?
outside crying because his wife was eaten by rabid honey badgers.
I want you to kill every honey badger in the area.
And then my character starts laughing, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And my
I'm
character's like,
very
"Oh,
sorry
you were
for your
serious?"
loss.
Jesus.
It isn't good.
Maybe they should do a K-pop halftime show. You know, that would definitely appeal to an audience that would otherwise not watch the Super Bowl. I know a lot of white women who love K-pop, so that would work on some level.
However, those same white women would easily watch the Bourbon Bowl if Taylor Swift was just doing the halftime show. And it would do it without because you got to keep in mind, man, who the majority of football fans actually are would watch a K-pop halftime show and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, that might be a bad move.
BTS has one song that I think is pretty good.
I got this one that occasionally gets stuck in my head, but I don't even know if that was K-pop or not. Let me see.
Man, it is not easy to put down a honey badger. They can eat some serious lead.
Yeah, here we go. Girls' Generation. The name of the song is G. And Bond constantly shared this one with me, like all the time. So that's why.
It's like
that's
a
why
meme.
it's. Yeah. That's why it still gets stuck in my head all these years later.
What if they got what's-her-face to perform A Cruel Angel's Thesis for the halftime show?
A what?
A Cruel Angel's Thesis. That's the Evangelion opening theme song.
Oh. If they were gonna have somebody do that, let's see here.
They set up a stage at the 50-yard line that looks like a hospital bed.
Well, I almost feel like, the only person who'd be deranged enough to actually do that would probably be Lady Gaga, and they wouldn't have her do it again. But I'd really enjoy Frank Sinatra covers for the halftime show, like Fly Me to the Moon.
Mm-hmm. What if Johnny Rebel did a halftime show?
Oh, Jesus Christ. My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling at the zoo.
Yeah, if the Super Bowl is the Bills against, what's a white quarterback in the NFC? Brock Purdy. The Niners. Bills, Niners. So it's white quarterback against white quarterback.
No, even better, because it has to be, it's gotta be, if you're doing Johnny Rebel, North versus South. So, Bills, because of the McDermott terrorism connection, versus the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield.
What about Trevor Lawrence?
Oh my god. Holy shit. A fucking Florida Bowl would be hilarious. Would it be even funnier as a Florida Bowl and the Dolphins are not part of it? Oh, God. Oh man, that video of the white man marches on.
Yeah.
I scroll down into the comments and it says, "Bro, I'm not racist. Bro during karaoke."
People in the area with their problems. Good job, Ajay, but there's plenty more that need help.
One of the deleted scenes of that movie extends that scene slightly in American History X, and it shows Badass. I can't remember. Seth driving by an Hasidic Jew. You know, with the hat and the uniform and the curly hair and shit.
Yes, right.
And when he's driving by, Seth sticks his arm out the window and waves and is like, "Bye, Jew." And I guess it's supposed to be like a Schindler's List reference. I can understand why it got cut out of the movie. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh man, that's funny though. Yeah, I don't know if you'd heard that K-pop song I sent, but like the chorus goes G G G G baby 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 G G G G baby baby baby. Have you heard that one?
I don't think so.
It's the only English, so.
Yeah, Serena Williams has 4 Olympic gold medals.
Oh my god, I forgot this movie existed. Oh my god, I forgot this movie existed until I saw it in the results of when I was looking for The White Man Marches On. And then you get the 688. Remember the movie about the black women forming an all-black woman division in the army during World War II so that they could open the mail?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
Didn't Hidden Figures do that too?
Oh man.
where it was
Oh.
like they made a movie lionizing these black women in the NASA project, and if you actually looked into it, they really did not do.
Yeah, I remember that one. The whole movie was literally just theater kid occupied government. Because I shit you not. This never happened. Ever. But they have a scene where the NASA, the command center, they have a message. They tell everybody. They say, "Now look, clapping is loud and distracting. So from now on, when something good happens, you've got to snap. So something good happens, and then just the whole room, the whole command center is just filled with people all snapping, and it's all like, that's what fucking beatniks do. That's beatnik culture. This is theater kid occupied government. That should never happen in real life, under any circumstances, because that's a fucking retarded thing to do. Literally, the entire movie was just dancing over the corpse of America and being like, "We won. We inherited what the white man built. Let's take a giant shit all over." Jesus Christ.
I did not know that it had that scene in it. That's very interesting.
Jesus Christ. So I'm watching this scene from this shit, and apparently in this movie, The 6888, they've got the actor who played Hank
Oh yeah.
in Breaking Bad. He's playing the role of a general who's there to just be the stereotypical racist guy who just yells at the commanding officer all the time. And he's doing this awful Southern accent, and it's oh my god, this is terrible.
Well, they should have gotten the fucking Burger King crown guy to play that role. He was born for it.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if that guy shows up in a random movie at some point, wearing the Burger King crown the whole time, completely unexplained?
The next Marvel movie, the after credits scene. Because then you remember in the most recent Doctor Strange movie they had, where they had the character of Black Bolt, but he only existed in that other universe and he wasn't in ours. What they have to do is be like, no, because there's infinite multiverses and everything, the Black Bolt for our universe is right here. And then he shows up and he's got the crown and he just smiles. He can kill you with a single word.
Man, you would have loved playing that role. The racist general with a terrible Southern accent.
Oh man, that would have been incredible, yeah.
So, I read something interesting the other day because I watched Cool Hand Luke a few days ago for the first time in a very long time.
Right.
Before the 60s, the name Lucas, or, Luke, because Luke is short for Lucas typically, was not even in the top 1,000 in America for most popular boy names. But Cool Hand Luke and Star Wars combined to make it a top 10 most popular name in America after the 70s.
Amazing.
I see the enemy! Ramming
Come on, stop! Everybody out! God, protect me!
know, that is a very weird movie, but it really
This is an
sticks with you.
emergency call to any fighters in the area. Our outpost is being overrun
Which one?
by the Royal
Full Hand
Army,
Luke.
and we need all the backup
Oh.
we can get. Come, quickly!
It's like peak anti-establishment 60s culture stuff, feels like. But it does so in this very low-key way. Wow, this gun's awesome.
What the reason we were able to hold the outpost? Over here. Thank you. Good to see you. Without your help, we might have lost the outpost. Thank you.
सलाम बेटा आजे
Oh no!
Sorry, little guy. You were about to kill me. I really didn't have a choice in the matter.
I have new things to show you.
I hope this helped you on your journey.
So, what time are you leaving for work, by the way?
About half an hour.
All right. Yeah, this is way better if you go work out right after you work. This
Yeah.
works way better. So, only a couple more days of this work schedule at least. That's nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good, but it should double the size of our crops.
I cannot believe that scene is in Hidden Figures, the snapping thing. I didn't know that because I hadn't seen it. That is phenomenal.
I'll find a.
Because I know that's beatnik culture, but it's also like something that people do because like the clapping might trigger people's PTSD because it's loud and abrasive. So in like safe spaces you're supposed to do jazz hands instead of clapping.
Yeah, that's beyond stupid.
That was a close one. Thank you for your help defending the outpost.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Because I can't find a YouTube clip of the fucking thing, so I had to just Google it and find that. Jesus. He did not have a good day.
Mm-mm. All right. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
Hello.
So there is a pretty decent chance I get snow tomorrow.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll affect anything, but it's possible. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I hear you.
God be praised for sparing my life.
Hey, bhai, kutta! Long live the golden path!
I owe you so much more. Down with Vegan!
Hey, eagle on the attack!
Come back here, Rhino. I need you.
Fuck! Ah!
Oh, damaged skin because I had to use grenades. Well, how am I going to kill a rhino without explosives? That's not reasonable.
Choke it out. Put him in one of those patented Derek Chauvin show based.
Yeah, we'll go back to Dead by Daylight as soon as they add a Derek Chauvin killer.
Oh my god. Hysterical.
I'm surprised nobody made that mod. Even if it's just like a joke video where you're running around as a Chauvin killer.
What they're fighting for. I just hope it ends soon.
Paying respect to the families.
I have never seen anything like this.
I've never seen anyone carry around their mother's ashes.
Yeah. Do you think my father's funeral was like this?
I was too young. But I know his death broke the golden path. Things would be different now if he died fighting. But he didn't. He was murdered.
Murdered? Oh wait, what happened?
All I know is that he was killed in his house east of Banapur. It's still there. Maybe you could go there and find out more about him. Just be careful. That area belongs to Noor now. I have to go.
X has just settled with Trump for $10 million over his prior suspensions, which is very amusing to me because the current owner of X is Elon. Didn't he just agreed to settle for like $1 billion just so he could like give him, or like I don't understand why Trump would pursue legal action against an entity that isn't even owned by the people who punished him initially, and is now owned by his greatest ally. That's very amusing.
Something tells me that this probably began before Elon purchased, and it's only just finishing up now. And they probably, they were like, yeah, let's finish this whole thing. But Trump was like, yeah, let me have the win here, but I don't need much.
Okay, I mean, I could see that.
Dennis Rodman type. Perhaps I could get Beckham to bring the Galaxy over for a game against my best 11. A bit cliche now, I suppose. Pop star. If the dictator of Turkmenistan can get J-Lo to sing him Happy Birthday, then who's to say I can't get my Sadie star of yesteryear?
This is amazing. I love this this interaction. Person comes in and says, as a Ukrainian, I just want to say, fuck all of you who voted for Trump, chose to vote for a third-party candidate, or stayed at home. Ukrainian blood is on your hands. Not that you even care. So a guy that I follow, he was like, I got a serious question for you. Do you honestly believe that you could get pre-war borders back without the U.S. entering open hot war with Russia? Do you really think that?
Yeah, I hope Ukraine's ready to surrender some of that.
Right,
I really do.
Because it's all like, you think all of this is Trump's fault? Bro, let me ask you a very simple question. Do you think you can get those borders back without America's help? My God. Oh my God. Bro. The Lakers lost to the Jazz tonight.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I'm looking at the box score, and Lauri Markkanen, the star center for the Jazz, absolutely fucking obliterated the Lakers. They just have no interior presence after trading Anthony Davis. Obviously, Luka Doncic is the better player, but like that doesn't mean he's even a good fit on the Lakers with their current roster because...
Oh yeah, it's more for the future than the present. I think they'd admit that.
Yes. However, I'm just bringing that up because Lakers fans are like, that's it, we're going to win the championship. I'm like, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, the only reason you were even halfway relevant was because of AD. But yeah, I think the Mavs are going to fall completely out of the play-in. Because the Mavs are the 9th seed right now, and they're only half a game ahead of the Warriors and as the 10th seed. They're going to slide out. How's that for like an all-time level fucking boneheaded decision, man?
Yeah.
Make the finals 1 year, and like you didn't even get swept either. It's not like you were just utterly humiliated. And then turn it right around, bang. You don't even make the fucking play-in the following season. God. Yeah, Jazz absolutely destroyed the Lakers.
Again, I can't get over his attempts to justify the trade. Like, oh, we don't like people who aren't willing to work hard and are out of shape. It's like, you don't know anything about basketball before these last 10 years, do you?
Yeah, it's insanely stupid. There's no justification for it, and the harder he tries to justify it, the worse it gets because of how incredibly obvious it is. Oh my god. No, somebody posted a Photoshop of this Star Trek scene as a response to the picture that's gone viral of the Chinese guy groping the two African women. Oh my god.
Is that AI?
Yeah, it's the Photoshop.
Okay.
It's AI. Well, first of all, AI wouldn't have done a picture that good. Secondly, very few AI image generators would have actually followed a prompt that would have resulted in that.
It's kind of weird that deplatforming Trump just like completely worked with no visible downside whatsoever.
Yep. 4 years later, Commander Riker groping Lieutenant Yar and Counselor Troy. Oh my god, that's incredible. Oh my god. Check this out, man. This right here, this is extremely strong evidence that Politico's funding was completely just from USAID, and now that that's all gone, they're having to course radically in an effort to actually make money.
Okay.
That tweet has 3 million views right now.
Fascinating.
Here's an excerpt from that article. I don't believe those who went into this past election taking pride in the unemployment numbers understood that the near record low unemployment figures, the figure was a mere 4.2% in November, counted homeless people doing occasional work as unemployed. But the implications are powerful. If you filter this statistic to include as unemployed people who can't find anything but part-time work or who make a poverty wage, $25,000 a year or below, the unemployment percentage is actually at 24%. In other words, nearly 1 out of every 4 workers is functionally unemployed in America today. That is the same unemployment rate as during the Great Depression.
Sounds to me like the unemployment rate stat that they use is pretty useless then.
Yes, it is. Moreover, again, how Democrats were tricked into thinking the economy was good. You had a lot of boomers who voted more for Kamala than for Trump for the first time in eons, because their stock portfolios were doing incredible, because the stock market was strong through government manipulation. Meanwhile, anybody who's younger than a boomer is all like, things actually suck right now because this is literally the unemployment figures of the Great Depression. The legendarily bad, so awful that it's taught to everybody in school. Considered the worst economic crisis in the history of the country. Joe Biden did all that in 4 years. While inheriting an economy that was actually so strong that it was defying expectations, Obama sat there and said, the days are long gone where we're going to see GDP growth higher than 1% annually in the United States. Except for the COVID year, every year of Trump's first administration, the GDP growth was over 4%. And Obama said it couldn't get over 1%. So that economy is just flying into the stratosphere. Biden inherits that and then turns it into Great Depression level bad.
Hello, hello.
My God.
It just really makes me think about how we really are in an info war. Which is why every time anything happens, you see every single paid shill leftist shitter on X all rush to spew the exact same talking point on their high visibility accounts, trying to win the info war.
Right.
It just stuff like that really highlights it.
The title of that article that guy wrote, literally, voters were right about the economy, the data was wrong. Here's why unemployment is higher, wages are lower, and growth much less robust than government statistics suggest. Unbelievable, man. One of my favorite things to do in Fallout 4 is Hancock hires you to go check out the Pikmin gallery, and then later on you can make him a companion. So I didn't bother doing that mission, so I make him a companion and I take him with me to the Pikmin gallery. We complete the quest and I have to turn around and talk to him to turn it in. He's like, you know, when I hired you to scout out the Pikmin gallery, I didn't expect you to fucking take me there. But oh well, job's still done. Makes me laugh.
I like it when it shows that the developers thought of that. It's like the opposite of in Skyrim, when somebody asks for an item for a quest and then you already have it, so you give it to them after like literally half a second. And then they're like, oh, it took you long enough.
Yeah. Jerks.
You have a pouch that would perfectly fit a gold ring. Really strange that you have a pouch that would just perfectly fit my father's gold ring. I'm just kidding. I know what you actually stole, though.
Horrible things happen in a war.
What is Iran without its wildlife? Surely Noor knows this and she's trying to drain us of our identity.
We are going to get those animals back, but we have to win the war first.
My father.
My daughter! Please! They've taken her! I need help!
I can help.
Oh, bless you. We need to act fast. The Royal Army came to our village and took our girls, my Mina included. We fought them, but they overpowered us.
Where are they taking these girls?
I don't know. I can show you the direction they were heading on your map, but they'll be harder to find them with every second. We need to go.
I'll go. You stay here in case anyone escapes and comes back.
I cannot believe just ending U.S. aid untangled so much. It's wild.
Yeah. Every day is another surprise with how insane all this shit is. It's really... It's hard to believe. It really is. As man, what I've been reading a lot about is they call it Trunchbullism. So it's referring to a segment of the book Matilda, referring to the headmaster Trunchbull or whoever, where she was horrifically abusing the kids, but she was doing it in such an extreme and extravagant way that it was on purpose, because the mindset she had and was established in the book is that if the tales are completely outrageous, then if you try telling your parents, they're not going to believe you. Because it just sounds like such ridiculous bullshit. There's one of Matilda's friends is a little girl that has pigtails, so Trunchbull is mad at her, so she picks her up by the pigtails, and then she does the hammer throw with this child, and yeets her over the fence. And everyone's like, oh my god! And they're like, I can't wait to tell my parents, and it's definitely going to get rid of the Trunchbull this time. And Matilda's like, it's not going to happen, because what do you think's going to happen when you tell your parents that this grown adult grabbed a child by the pigtails and fucking yeeted her over the fence? There's no fucking way they're going to believe that. And people are talking about Trunchbullism. In that sense of being so extreme that no one's going to believe that you're up to no good, because the accusations are so outrageous that even though it's the truth, no one's going to believe you because it sounds like a load of bullshit, because how could that possibly be true? That's so insane. And that's what a lot of the shit that we're uncovering now is. Where it's like, oh my god, the United States is not sending billions of dollars a year to Colombia to help endorse and create the, or to help manage the creation of operas that further the cause of trans rights. And it sounds like total bullshit, but the fucking receipts are right there. You can literally look at it yourself and see, holy crap. We've been sending Colombia untold amounts of money every single year so that an opera company could try to write operas about trans rights. You know, obviously none of that's getting done, and the whole point is that it's just a money laundering scheme to funnel money into their vast patronage network, which is how you end up with shit like Politico now has to become based in order to survive, because all of their money for being intensely communistic over the years has vanished. Because I mean, interacting with someone who's extremely unplugged from politics, like a year ago, when I was initially trying to convince her to vote for Trump, she literally called me a schizo because of the stuff that I was talking about. And I'm like, just you wait. And then everything that happened over the last year, and now she's the one who's sending me fucking news articles like, I can't believe this is going on. And I'm all like, when I told you this was happening a year ago, you called me a schizo. Who's the schizo now?
Right.
me. Every day I wake up, read the news, and feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Elon clip yet of him in the Oval Office explaining the process by which retirements are processed.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Right, I think I sent it to you yesterday. I know you don't have time to watch it now because you're about to get out of here, but basically the idea is, you know, the U.S. government is only capable of processing so many retirements at once because the way they do it is so outdated and idiotic. They're storing it in a physical location inside a mountain.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. I'll watch the video now. It's only a minute long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're good, Santi. What is in your pocket? Tell me.
The more he gets into this, the more Trump just starts smirking. He's like, Jesus Christ, these people, they have no idea. See, it's even better. I'm reading the comments to this tweet, you know, after watching the video, and people are like, Jesus, you can't be this gullible. And he's like, okay. So then he posts a bunch of articles that are talking about the exact thing that Elon is referencing here, and they're all from 2014. Hell, one of them's from 2012. So, right after calling the guy gullible, and then he posts the receipts like that, he immediately starts backpedaling. He says, the government has been using underground mines and caverns for literally centuries for long-term archival storage. This is not new to anyone and certainly no surprise. It's like, really? But you called him gullible for believing it.
Not a scratch on me.
Apparently, it's extremely unsafe to work there. It's like Victorian England factory conditions almost.
Yeah, just absolute insanity. These people are fucking black.
Like, you know, I'm thinking about that webcomic I showed you, the one with Elon wearing the SS uniform that has a T on it instead of a...
With the minions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, it's the info war. If we say there's no fraud happening in USAID, then maybe some people will believe that there isn't. Despite what we're seeing come out every single day about USAID.
Right.
But they just say it, and somebody out there is going to believe it. And it just really makes me think about how we really are in an info war.
Exactly. But yeah, that Politico article that I posted, I highly recommend you reading it, because not only is it great in terms of, like, there's good information there, but it's also hilarious to see how many different things are in there, like, we've been telling you the whole time and you didn't listen to us, but now you're like, oh my god, they were right the whole time, no wonder we lost. Like, this is another expert. excerpt, sorry. What we uncovered shocked us. The bottom line is that for 20 years or more, including the months prior to the election, voter perception was more reflective of reality than the incumbent statistics. Our research revealed that the data collected by various agencies is largely, by various government agencies is largely inaccurate. Moreover, the people staffing those agencies, while talented and well-intentioned, had ulterior motives to juke the stats. The filters used to compute the headline statistics are flawed. As a result, they paint a much rosier picture of reality than bears out on the ground. Take as a particularly egregious example what is perhaps the most widely reported economic indicator, unemployment. And then that leads to what I had mentioned before. That if you filter the statistic to what people would actually consider being unemployed, it's about a quarter of the population.
Right, it makes me think there's this one leftist on Twitter, and I say he's a leftist, but he's, like, you know, very focused on the working class, and he seems relatively genuine, despite me not agreeing with him on most of anything, right?
Right.
And, you know, before the election, during the election, after the election, one of the big things he hammered really hard was leftists saying, people keep thinking the economy sucks, but the economy is actually great. And he's like, okay, if the economy is great, then why are tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people having this shared delusion? Do you really think, like, literally, it would be hundreds of millions of people are just, like, why do they think that?
Right.
And you're not willing to explore that.
Yeah, and exactly, because that's the thing. If it is a shared delusion, like you're saying, but it's tens of millions of people, if not over 100 million people, that are all under the same shared delusion, you really need to work very hard to dispel that notion, because it's going to affect the election like it literally did. And if you're sitting there calling this the most important election, the most consequential election in American history, oh my God, we can't lose, but you're saying everyone's suffering from the shared delusion, why the hell don't you just prove them wrong then?
Yeah. And far more likely than them having a shared delusion is that there's some angle that you're just not seeing here, and there's a lack of interest in trying to discover why.
Right, you know, it's the Simpsons meme. Am I so out of touch? No! It's the children who are wrong.
Yeah, I saw Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta in August. Definitely going to play that. Very excited. I will probably play that on launch. I will probably pre-order it. I think it's PS5 only, but I'm not sure.
I think I heard that it'll be on everything.
Oh, okay.
You know? But I'll check. If it's PS5 only, I'd be a sad boy. But if it's on everything, I'm like, that's good, because hopefully that'll align with me being able to upgrade my computer. My computer is 7 years old now.
All of you keep your eyes open. I hate. Hook ya. That hurt. Stand your ground. Let's go. Stop that rebel. Oh no. You're not worth the bullet. Grenade up.
You know, I never played Days Gone, so maybe I'll get Days Gone. When they remaster it. Is it PS5 only, Big Country?
You into pieces!
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna get out of here now.
Alright, man. Have a good day. I will talk to you sometime tomorrow. Normal stuff happening for me.
Alright, take it easy.
You've been making a dent in Pagan's propaganda machine. People are starting to notice, so keep it up. Eventually, they'll do it on their own.
Well, just came back in really quick. Just Googled it. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater scheduled to release for PS5, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X.
Okay. Very nice.
On everything. So that means, you know, good for me. Even if I'm not able to upgrade my PC by then, I can still get it for my Series X at launch. Okay. Well, that was all. That's good enough.
Alright, see you later.
I noticed the work that you're doing. You're doing a lot of running around, definitely a lot of sweating. You're probably wearing the same pair of underwear for 12 to 36 hours at a time, given the type of work you're doing. You've got to have some bad chafing going on right now, Yar. I'm serious. I mean, the itchy asshole symptoms you must be having must be crazy. And having a clean asshole when you're defeating evil is very important. Am I doing that random thing where I trail off and lose you again? I'm sorry, dude, but really, I really do care about you, man. And I mean from top to bottom. I mean, from the food that you eat to the type of lota you use to clean your butt, because it's all really necessary. Okay, just ignore me. Good luck with the propaganda center.
Okay, I'm gonna go hit that tower, and then that's probably it for tonight. I got a lot of videos I want to make tonight. Ooh. Oh, they're actually not that hard to put down.
Ah.
We need a few more of those.
Ah. What's your head?
Playing a Metal Gear Solid game on PC is going to feel very weird, though. I've never done that before. Except for Portable Ops, which I played on an emulator because it's impossible to play any other way. guys. I doubt I'll be able to do Astrobot tonight, but we might. We'll see. So, see you guys later.